up, YouTube? My name is RSMario, aka the real Super Mario here, bringing you another episode of my news roundup. So, theoretically, the way I would like to do this show is to do one news roundup episode every week, every Friday. You know what I'm saying? But of course, for some reason, it always ends up getting delayed, and it ends up coming out on a Tuesday or a Monday or a Saturday. The last 3 episodes have not been on Friday. This hopefully is the first one to make it on Friday. I'm recording it the day before. Hopefully we can actually make it to Friday this time. So of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, or any other videos like my anime videos, which are coming up, I've been saying that for a while. Any of my Pokémon Scarlet and Violet videos, Fire Emblem videos, which I will be doing more on that as well. Zelda videos, if we ever get any more news on that game. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that stuff that YouTube requires you to do to continue getting videos from me. Follow me on Twitter, because the YouTube algorithm has been being weird and not putting people's videos in my videos in their box. So if you follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/rsmario128, any video that I make, I tweet out, so you will know. So you will never miss a video from me, even if YouTube doesn't tell you. Of course, subscribe, because 80% of you are not subscribed. Let's get into the news. So, to start off our news day with something hot off the presses, go ahead and start a pack watch right now, because it looks like we about to smoke that Susan pack, bro. Because Susan Wojcicki, basically the lady who was the head of YouTube, is stepping down after 9 years at the helm. If you don't know, Susan was Wojcicki. She was the leader of YouTube, and a lot of people consider her the reason that YouTube is in the state it's in today. Personally, I don't blame her completely. I think some of it is circumstance, and some of it is, you know, bad decision making. But yeah, YouTube is in a weird way right now. So she's stepping down. Everybody's happy. People are crazy. Like, yo, rest in peace, Bozo was trending on Twitter. I'm like, bruh, that's a bit much. But hey, you know what? You know, I know this is not video game news, but where are you watching this? You're watching this on YouTube. A ton of video game news and video game related stuff is on YouTube. This affects a whole bunch of people, including myself. According to, I believe this is Yahoo News, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki is stepping down from her post. She announced in an email sent to employees that YouTube posted publicly on Thursday. Wojcicki has been at Google for nearly 25 years, but will be stepping back to start a new chapter focused on my family, health, and personal projects I am passionate about. Basically meaning she's gonna step down from her position and do like personal things. Neil Mohan, currently YouTube's chief product officer, will be taking over as head of the video streaming service after serving as Google's senior vice president of display and video ads for many years. Mohan joined YouTube in 2015 and has been one of Wojcicki's primary lieutenants ever since. According to Wojcicki, Mohan played pivotal roles in the development of several products, including YouTube TV, YouTube Music, YouTube Premium, and YouTube Shorts, and also led the company's trust and safety team, which, the trust and safety team, from what I heard, is kind of trash. So far, I haven't been unlucky enough to run across an issue where I would need to contact the trust and safety team. But yeah, I heard that, you know, communication with them is just not possible. Usually what happens if you try to get in contact with YouTube, you have to go to Twitter. If you have a big enough bandwidth on Twitter, then that will get the attention of YouTube on Twitter, and then they will probably go behind the scenes and find who they need to talk to, and then hopefully resolve your issue. So yeah, so if he was the trust and safety guy, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. So, you know, I mean, maybe things will change, maybe not. You know, it's a roll of the dice at this point. Hopefully YouTube does get better though. You know, and hopefully I eventually will be able to monetize my content on YouTube. Alright, so on a lighter note, or I guess slightly lighter note, random students' Nintendo Direct joke leads to increased campus security. Professor urged to cancel class for the good of humanity. So this story, I heard about this story a couple days ago, and I had to add this into this news video. So basically, an individual hoping to enjoy today's Nintendo Direct, believed to be a student, well, not today's, but you know, the story was written back on the 8th. Believed to be a student at the California State University of Fullerton, has caused the campus acting chief of police to increase security after sending an oblique, you know, good job, you have a writing degree, message to a professor urging that the class be canceled for the good of humanity. The news comes directly from CSUF Police Department Twitter page. So with acting chief Scott Willie confirming that the professor at the university had received an email referencing a once-in-a-lifetime event occurring on February 8th and the suggestion that the class be canceled. The statement communicates that the detectives learned of the Nintendo Direct presentation following hours of investigation. Oh, hours of investigation, right? So that sucker was trending on Twitter all that week before it dropped, but y'all had to take hours to investigate what was going to happen. Before confirming that the individual reached back out to the professor in question, admitting that it was a bad joke. Regardless, the university will see increased security throughout the day out of an abundance of caution. So basically, this dude sent an email to his teacher hoping to get class canceled, saying that a once-in-a-lifetime event was going to happen, which to me does not sound like a bad thing. But, you know, to the security, I guess, you know, with all the mass shootings and stuff going on, I guess you can't be too careful. But yeah, I think they might have jumped the gun a little bit on this. You know, pun intended. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty funny story. Homie almost got the whole university shut down because he wanted to watch the Nintendo Direct. Alright, so next story. We have pre-order or pre-purchase. Sorry, not pre-order, pre-purchase. Pre-purchase Zelda Tears of the Kingdom at GameStop and get a free wooden plaque. Wooden plaque. I remember when pre-order bonuses were good. You know what I'm saying? We used to get, like, I remember I pre-ordered Platinum, and I got like a little mini Garatina figure. And I pre-ordered Soul Silver, and I got a little mini Lugia figure. I still have those to this day. I still have the box for the Lugia figure. You know, now pre-order bonuses are either some digital, which definitely sucks, or something that's not exactly as awesome as getting a tiny figure. I've seen the wooden plate. It looks pretty cool. I have not pre-purchased Tears of the Kingdom, but I have pre-ordered it. So I wonder, do I get it if I just pre-ordered it, or do I have to buy the whole thing outright? But it says, in the lead up to the release of Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the US video game chain GameStop has announced a new pre-order deal. So they say pre-order, okay. So if you pre-purchase, then they switch it again. The game from the store now, you will not only receive a copy of the game, but you will also score a free exclusive wooden plaque. Note, if you purchase the plaque online, you'll need to print your order confirmation and bring it in store. So basically, if you pre-order online or pre-purchase online, you know, and then you'll have to bring your receipt to the store to get your plaque. You know, hopefully I can get it for a pre-order, because I pre-ordered it like a month ago. So moving on, we have Pokemon game. Oh, so basically, yeah, Pokemon Game Studio wants to make more non-Pokemon games. So Gamefreak wants to make more non-Pokemon games. So they've done this a couple times. Drill Dozer is the one that I remember specifically. That was like 15, maybe 18 years ago. It's been a long time. They also made that one game that turned out to be like a prototype to like Legends Arceus. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they've made some games that were non-Pokemon games before, but usually it's just Pokemon. So, diving into the news, we said Ride On, a fun game that somehow successfully mixes virtual horse racing with solitaire. Okay, that's a combo. Was recently released for the Apple Arcade subscription service, which means nobody's probably going to play that because who has Apple Arcade? The original Pocket Card Jockey was released a decade ago for the 3DS, where it was another cult hit in the line of non-Pokemon game standouts, including Drill Dozer and Harmonite from 2012. The new version has updates to the graphics and lightly tweaks the race rules, but largely plays the same. What they're saying is, we believe that it is very important for the studio to continue making and releasing titles outside of the Pokemon series. Says Taya, she told to Axios. In recent years, the resources needed for game development have grown and grown. So Development Department 1 has been trying out a style of development where it works with external studios, he says. Game Freak's core teams turn out Pokemon games on a near annual basis. Yeah, that is true. Such games have become increasingly graphically complex, requiring more resources to process and more time that you aren't giving them. All right, give them more time. We don't want another Scarlet and Violet like situation. So for Ride On, Game Freak partnered with studio Infinite Loop Co. and Pixidia. Both they have worked with in the studio over the past decade. Pocket Jockey begins with a comically macabre event. The player's struggling jockey dies. What? In an accident, only to be revived with a divine mission to win horse races by doing something he's good at, playing solitaire. So this game is horse jockey Jesus plays solitaire to win the title. Okay. I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, homie. So, Overwatch League announces big changes for the 2023 season with contenders teams and a new format. Okay, so, in the 2023 Overwatch League season circuit is set to begin in March, but this time there will be even more teams spread throughout East and West, thanks to the new structure involving the spring and summer stages. Much like past seasons, the 2023 installment will also feature a mid-season tournament and grand finals at the end to crown a champion, but how we get there will be a bit different this time around. While there is still much uncertainty about the Chinese teams heading into the competition, Owl head Sean Miller ensured fans that they are working directly with teams to ensure minimal disruption in their preparation for the season after services were shut down in China because of disagreements with Tencent, aka NetEase. So basically what's going on here is the Overwatch League Overwatch professionally is set up into different tiers. So you have tier 1, which is the Overwatch League. That's the big teams that stream every weekend. You know what I'm saying? That's Overwatch Pros. Top 500 guys, Overwatch Pros. Then tier 2 is contenders. So these are professional Overwatch players, but they haven't hit the tier 1 scene yet. So what they're going to do this season for the Overwatch League is combine them. So they're going to have like a contenders tournament at the end of the month. And they're going to have like the winners of that tournament are going to get to play against Overwatch League teams throughout the season in like March. So that's gonna be pretty hype because contenders teams are pretty good. If you've ever seen anything, really all Overwatch esports is actually pretty good, but contenders usually sets the tempo of whatever the meta is gonna be because they're usually playing first. So that's pretty interesting news. Right, so this story right here, I wanted to add in because I thought it was interesting. All right, I love new weird ways to do content or address problems, in the industry. So we got Call of Duty sexist tell Twitch streamer to make a sandwich, and she does so.
Every time I get told to make a sandwich,
go make sandwiches,
or go to the kitchen and COD.
Hey, go back to the kitchen.
I have to actually go to the kitchen, make a sandwich, and get back in time to beat these fragile men and win. Since I'll end up with more sandwiches than I could possibly eat, I'll be packaging them properly and handing them out at the end of my stream.
Stephanie Evans is fully dedicated to the sandwich meta and raising awareness about misogyny in gaming. Okay, so now as far as this goes, basically people are toxic to her when they find out she's a girl and they're playing Call of Duty and they tell her to go make a sandwich, and essentially she does it. Toxicity. Now I'm gonna be honest. I'm somewhat toxic. Usually it's when I'm angry, I'm losing, and that's because when I'm competing, I'm playing the game, I'm like, I want to win. All right, you know what I'm saying. So that's just the way it goes. But toxicity is not good, but it's a part of the experience, though. So in 2023, the FPS gaming, FPS gaming hasn't really improved for anyone who sounds like a woman over voice chat. No matter how skilled they are, it seems inevitable that some F-wad is going to tell the player to make a sandwich. So one female Call of Duty streamer decided to respond to the crappy opponents by stepping away from her game and actually making a sandwich. Twitch streamer Stephanie Evans keeps beating men in Call of Duty, but that doesn't earn her any respect with the chuds who keep telling her to get in the kitchen, a misogynistic insult that seems ubiquitous online. Instead of letting it slide off her back, I see what you did there. I see exactly what you did there, Kotaku. She would sometimes get up from her game, go to the kitchen, make a packed lunch. Kotaku asked Evans over email if the sandwich meta would cost her any wins. She said that her antics cost her a round or two, but I can't read. But that it only further motivated her to win. Most comments came after she had already won. So basically, people telling her to go make a sandwich. Which to me personally, when I've played with girl gamers, I actually like it because, think about it this way: if there is a girl gamer who happens to be attractive and she plays games and she likes to play video games, that is something that you have in common with her. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go and start trying to run game on chicks while they playing. Don't really do that. But I'm just saying though, the more girls that play games, more girls that have something in common with you. I'm just saying. All right, our last story of the day. So we have another boycott, a boycott of a video game that's coming out this year. I think this might be the year of boycotts so far. So we had a Hogwarts Legacy. I talked about that in the last episode, and how people rallied together on Twitter to try to hurt that game because of connections to J.K. Rowling and transphobia. So I already said what I said on that one. Now we have another one. So we have Atomic Heart. So I've heard about Atomic Heart. Atomic Heart is like a BioShock inspired game set in like futuristic Russia, I believe. And so yeah, people are mad. Mainly because, of course, if you don't know what's going on, if you've been living under a rock or something, Russia and Ukraine are at war. Russia is invading Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? You know, Putin is on his Civilization 5 grind, and he's trying to conquer new territories. And basically, yeah, it's pretty horrible. Now, the team that was developing Atomic Heart is a company called Mudfish, and they are a Russian studio, but they also have a team in Cyprus. And from what I hear, they moved to Cyprus to avoid like sanctions, because it's very hard to get things in and out of Russia right now because of all the international sanctions. You know what I'm saying? So this boycott is a little bit different from the Hogwarts Legacy one, because the Hogwarts Legacy boycott was more ideological, where this one I kind of understand why. There's a video by a guy named Haranko that is also going more into it. I don't exactly agree with the video, but I understand why he made it and why people are saying this. They even edited the freaking wiki to say Atomic Heart is a piece of shit that you shouldn't play if you don't want yours personal data to be stolen and to be given to Russian government. The game is glorifying Soviet Union, completely forgetting the 3 Holodomors. Boy, I never thought I'd be mentioning that on this channel. Forced Russification of all non-Russians, and on top of this, the Mudfish games. Mudfish is a Russian studio which is sponsored by the VK, which is under the control of the Russian government. This shit does not deserve to be. This shit does not deserve to have a TV tropes page. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? People are mad. So some of what they're saying is true. The Holodomor, you probably gonna have to Google that, because I think YouTube will suppress this video if I tell you about the Holodomor. But I'll just say it is very bad. Okay, you know, some old school communist Stalin type of stuff. You know, So if you have any friends out there that happen to be commies, ask them about the Holodomor. You know what I'm saying, and see what they say. You know, because some of these new age commies on here have some really weird answers when you confront them with that. But back to Atomic Heart though. So recently, the guy from the Boys did an Atomic Heart commercial.
Watch and learn. That's how you do it. The atomic way.
And that also revved up some more people. I found this on Twitter right after I did the video. This perfectly sums up what's going on with the boycotts right now. And it says people who bought Hogwarts Legacy versus people who bought Atomic Heart. It's Hitler versus Stalin. I thought this was perfect. This right here, yo, this person won the internet, bro. Elon needs to make this man, this person, the president of Twitter for a day, because they won. But yeah, that's about it for this. Of course, you know, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do all that good stuff, so that we can continue, so I can continue doing these videos, so you can continue getting them. Hopefully the algorithm doesn't screw this video up like it did the last ones. And like I said before, keep it real and live your best life.